Hey everyone, this is Hiroton Almighty 2011, welcoming you back to Let's Play The Legend of Zelda Twilight Princess. In the last episode, we returned the world back to normal and got Rutilia's son to a safe place in Kakariko Village after a somewhat tedious minigame. We also rescued Ilia. However, she doesn't remember who we are due to the fact that she has amnesia after some unexplained event. So even though she's with us safe and sound, it's kind of a bittersweet victory, really, because she doesn't even know who we are. In this episode, now that we have the Zora armor for helping out Queen Rutella, we're going to go to the Lakebed Temple, hopefully. Well, after a few side quests. Yeah, you all saw this coming. A fun fact, this is actually my second take doing this, because the first take that I did, I completely stumbled around forgetting what to do, and pretty much after a while, I just said screw it, and I just scrapped the recording altogether and just reset my Wii. So, yeah, this is the second recording doing this, but I have a fair knowledge about what we're going to do now. The first thing that we're going to do is, you may have remembered the mailman giving us a letter about a new type of bomb that Barnes has in his bomb shop. We're going to be heading over there right now to see what it is. So, by the way, on my trip over there, you guys excited for Smash Bros. 3DS? Because that's coming out in Japan in a few days, in a month from now in America, and they already showed like the alternate color palettes and everything, and I am really excited. But enough of that for now. We're now in Barnes Bombs. That's kind of a tongue twister, and let's go over and talk to him. Hey, I've been waiting on you. Take a peek at this. Finish my water bombs. These little fillers are so advanced you can even use them in the water. Oh, and they'll come in handy guaranteed. You gonna buy some? Alright, now take a gander at Barnes handmade bombs. As he's gonna let us know right now, water bombs, as the name implies, can be used underwater, and they're very, very helpful for stuff that's gonna happen later on in the video. However, we only have one bomb bag, so we have to empty out our bombs. Normally, if you're a speedrunner, you're just gonna wanna drop your bombs in the water, and that's the easiest way to get rid of them. However, the normal way that you're supposed to do it is... looks like your bomb bag has some other sort of bomb in it. Head to the counter next to this one in the buyback program. You got any bombs you ain't gonna use? We'll take them off your hands. So yeah, in a really stupid fashion, this is how you give back bombs. Barnes puts on his mask and pretends that he's someone else and buys back bombs. I know, it's really silly. A very good day to you, sir. Welcome to the incredibly fancy bomb buyback counter. Mercy me, what do we have here? It appears you have some bombs. Allow me a moment to peek into that bag. Now, bombs, huh? If you're gonna mine and sell those, I'll buy 22 bombs for 33 rupees. What is this, GameStop? Oh, whatever. How does that sound, sir? Splendid, I'll give you 33 rupees for your 22 bombs. Hey, we have our maxed out wallet, too. I was actually kind of worried that I was going to go over my limit, but considering bombs don't sell for that much anyway. Okay, now that our bomb bag is empty, we can buy the water bombs. And I'm going to buy 15 because that's actually the max you can hold, for the time being at least. That's a slight spoiler because, yeah, spoilers, you're going to be able to carry more bombs later down the line. I forget how, actually, but I believe there's a way to increase the capacity later. Oh, wait, no, I do remember. But it's actually a kind of tedious side quest. Anyways, what we're going to do now, we actually do want to head over to Zora's river. Well, Zora's domain, more so. However, there is something I do want to show off back at King Zora's grave over in the Kakariko graveyard. So I will meet you right there in a minute. Okay, back at King Zora's grave, showing off the Zora armor really quick. Any dive you take off a cliff, Link will automatically dive into the water and start swimming. You swim by pressing A, and he actually controls pretty fluently. There's no, like, motion control or anything in the Wii version. It's pretty much the same. You just, he controls with plane controls as if you were controlling a plane with the control stick. Jeez, I really can't talk. If you want to go and walk underwater, similar to Twilight Princess, jeez, to Ocarina of Time, all you have to do is equip your iron boots, and there you go. However, unlike Ocarina of Time, look what you can do! Yes, Link can actually use his sword underwater for combat, alongside using water bombs and everything. You can still use other items, but obvious items like the slingshot and bow and arrow will not work underwater, so you can only use water bombs. Anyway, I'm going to blow up this thing over here. A little a little tidbit that some people may not recognize the first time that they play this is that that's an... Okay, I thought I didn't have enough space for it, but then I remembered that I sold my bombs. Something that some people may not notice is that when you have the Zora armor on, not only does Link get that mask over his face, so it's a reasonable explanation why he can breathe underwater, but also everything is lit up underwater, whereas if you were normal Link, everything would just be faded as if, you know, as a human being you can't see underwater. I'm going to blow this section up over there because it's actually something very important for later, and if you want to skip all the stuff that I'm doing now, this is going to be coming in handy. You notice there's a door in there. I'm not going to be going through that door, but I'm going to tell you where it leads, just to let you know. Should you ever want to skip what I'm going to be doing next and head straight to Zora's River, Zora's... I always get the two confused. If you ever want to skip what I'm doing and go straight to Lake Hylia and Lake Bay Temple, this is a shortcut directly to Lake Hylia. However, it's a one-way shortcut, so once you go in there, you're stuck in Lake Hylia until you beat the temple or decide to take Flobby's cannon back out and walk all the way over here. The reason I'm not doing that, for obvious reasons, is because it's a one-way shortcut and we have stuff to do, so we actually do want to take the long way back. So, I'm going to be meeting you back on Epona because on our way there, there's actually something we can do. A side quest, so to say. Not exactly a side quest, but more so a side thing that will get us a piece of heart. So, I'll meet you when we're on Epona. Okay, now that we're on Epona, there's two things we can do in this section of Hyrule Field. First, we want to go up over here because, and I'm going to equip my bomb arrows real quick. The reason we want to go over here is because there's actually a shortcut that we can use for later. It does become a bit null and void down the line because it's something that happens story-wise. Wow. But it is going to become coming handy for later should you want this shortcut. Anyway, you notice, quite obviously, that there are two rocks in the way. You blow them up and walk over here. I forget if there's rocks on the other side of this, but I'm about to find out right now. You'll notice on the map, we're now in the Eldin province, well, the giant section of Eldin from the fight with King Bulbin. So that's a nice little shortcut. However, there's one more thing we need to do in this section of Hyrule Field, which, I'll be honest, I'm not sure if I want to do this, and I don't know why, but I like that fence over there. It just makes the area feel a little bit more alive. I'm not sure if I want to do this section right now, because yes, we're going to eventually have to come back here for a piece of heart. However, it's a bit tedious, and there's where we want to go. And ooh, actually, over here, we have another golden bug, if I remember correctly. If I can just find it, because frankly, my computer isn't the best when it comes to rendering what stuff looks like. And yeah, there it is. There are two golden bugs in this section of Hyrule Field, and they're both the pill bug. I'm going to quickly cut till I find the other one, because I do know it is somewhere on this section. Well, not this section, but the section across the bridge. Free arrows. And I found it. I was having a bit of a brain fart because I actually forgot if it was on the bridge or not, but it's actually right over here. Huh. Pretty easy, actually. Okay, so that's two more golden bugs to add to our collection, and Epona's freaking out because there's an enemy near us. Anyway, where we want to go to is actually right over here. So we blow this up, and letting you know in advance, you're going to want to have either lantern oil or just a full lantern in general, because this is a lantern dungeon, and I actually don't have a full lantern, so this might be a bit difficult. There's a refill somewhere in this area that we're going into. However, it's off the beaten path, so it may or may not be wise to come in here without a full lantern or lantern oil. Anyway, going in here is a multiple pathway mini dungeon. But at the end of it, the reward is worth it because it's a piece of heart. I'm going to be quickly speeding through this because, frankly, I don't know my way through this. But if you want to follow along, don't worry. I'll just follow the mini-map and you'll know exactly where to go. So I'll see you guys in a minute when we find a reward. I should make note over here, even though I'm not getting it, that yellow chew will actually refill your lantern if you want. You can either put him in a bottle or you can just scoop him up as he falls down. I'm not sure if that's the only yellow chew, so be careful about that. And over here, we seem to have found our reward as soon as we killed the Skulltula. You may or may not noticed it in the speed up, but there's actually something we can't do in this area, so we have to come back later. And I will be covering this area later. If not, I'll make a mental note to come back here, but over here is our piece of heart. I'll quickly go over there to just show off what we need to do. That thing I pointed out that we need to do later. It's that white ball over there, if the camera can position it correctly. That is an enemy we cannot defeat yet. And frankly, there's no point in doing that, just simply because there's nothing we can do at the moment. So, my lantern's pretty much gone, so I'm going to meet you guys back outside, and I'm going to just speed up until we reach Zora's River. So, I will meet you guys in a minute. Okay, now that we're back over here, you can see that pathway I told you before to blow up for the time being. It now comes in handy, doesn't it? Since now we're at the very area that we were as Wolflink when we first entered Lanayru Providence. So up here, even though I'm frankly running out of water bombs, up here is where we want to go because it's actually a shortcut to Zora's Domain. And, whoa, okay, that's something I forgot to mention. Tektites, if you see them doing that massive jump, that means that they're going to home in on you. And I was actually wrong about... Okay. I like how the... Whoa! He actually jumped out of the way. I never saw him do that before. I like how the Bulbin just looked at us just like... Ooh. But, if Tektites do that gigantic jump, they're basically getting ready to do a... I actually just realized something. Did we get that already? Hold on a minute. I am actually a bit, forgetting what we're doing right now. Oh no, we did. Okay. I actually forgot that in one of the previous episodes we already got the ability from, the Golden Wolf, for the backslice, so I was thinking like, oh, we have to go and do that. Anyway, now that we are in Zora's Domain, we need to go all the way up to the main section. You know, the spring, pretty much. You can talk to the Zoras if you want, but they don't really offer anything enticing. So, we go up here, because this is pretty much the only way to get up here is human Link, and blow this up. We get a bunch of yellow rupee! We get a bunch of rupees for doing this. However, and we already maxed out our wallet, pretty much, by doing this. We already have max money at this point. However, by doing this, we now have an easier way to get up here as Human Link. But there is one thing we want to do over here. You remember that volcanic rock that we broke when we came here as Wolflink to free the Zoras? Well, equipping our iron boots and having our water bombs out, we, and this stumped me like hell as a child, we actually want to come over here and realize we can target this for some reason, and we see it moving. But what's that about? So, what we really want to do is blow it the f up and get out of there because we're actually going to get hurt by the explosion. And remember that thing I was talking about, how the little Goron said that he was practicing holding his breath? Gorons can breathe underwater. Look at this guy. Anyway, talk to him. I am finally out, thanks, brother. I took a nap and found myself swallowed up in lava, and somehow, how very far from home. Yes, well, let me give you a token of my appreciation, brother. This is all I have on me right now. I hope it will do. You got a bag with bombs. So yeah, we have a second bomb bag now. I think this is the first game that incorporates multiple bombs. So yeah, say hello to having multiple items, but actually having them be useful. So now that we have a second set of bombs, you can see we have 30 bombs right there. I'm going to be quickly switching that because frankly, water bombs are very scarce, and I really do not want to run out, especially what we have to do later. Okay, our next destination is actually near the end of Zora's River, and you see how there's two lanterns there? While yes, you get a treasure chest from doing that, hold on, maybe I can do this. I just have to be very quick about it. Okay, let me see if I can do this real quick, because frankly, I think I'm about to like run out of lamp oil, which, well, yeah, I am about to run out of lamp oil, but I want to see if I can get this done very quickly. And yeah, I did it. Okay, if I remember correctly, this treasure chest contains money, but you can't really, but considering our wallet's maxed out at this point, you can't really do anything about it. So, let me just quickly check what the treasure chest is. If anything, it'll be here later from when we do need money, though. It's... yeah, purple rupee. Okay, we can't do anything about this yet, so this treasure chest will be here for later. I like how this closes very quickly. Zoom! Also, if you walk down here, there's 6 blue rupees if you ever need the money. So we walk down here and back into Zora's domain. As soon as the game loads, of course. And now, going over here, we want to jump down the waterfall. Oh, Link, calm down. You didn't get hurt. Even though I said that that area is the easiest way to get up to Zora's, the throne room. If you talk to Zora over here, he'll actually lead you up the waterfall free of charge, and it's actually a pretty funny cutscene. So I'll quickly splice it in right now. I just love that cutscene so much, just because it looks like Link's doing something wrong to that Zora. I'll probably insert, like, Careless Whisper or something to that. You can talk to all these Zoras, but they don't really have anything important to say. What we really want to do is head over to, that section, beyond this area that we were before when we were Wolf Link. Okay, now that we're at the Howling statue, we can see that we've come full circle to where we were as Wolf Link, and, back when I pointed out in the cave, that shiny ball... that's a Poe. If I haven't made that clear before, I'll put a note if I have, and I'm just being an idiot. Like I said, we can't do anything about them for the time being. They're pretty much unbeatable enemies, so we just want to avoid them as soon as possible. Anyway, what we really want to do is go over to this door over here. Kind of an out-of-place door in a cliff. What is this? Fishing hole. Huh. So it's like the fishing hole from Ocarina of Time. You mean that tiny, small area that we kind of just... had to struggle catching a fish to get a piece of heart, and... whoa. Oh my god, I take that all back. This place got a gigantic upgrade. Yeah, no kidding. This place is huge. If you have time to waste, definitely come here, because the fishing minigame in Twilight Princess is actually quite fun. It's one of the most fun minigames, if I can be so blunt. And... we actually do want to do the fishing minigame here because it'll come in handy for something later. However, there's something over here that I want to get first. And because we're running a bit low on time, well, not really, there's no time limit, but because this video is kind of dragging on, there's something I do want to get before I end the video. Over here is the garbage disposal, and even though outside it said you can't use sinking lures, you can technically cheat by using it over here, and I believe there is a way to use the sinking lure in the actual fishing minigame, but God knows I don't know how to do it. Basically, for our reward, we want to use our fishing rod over in this section. It may take a couple of tries, but let me see if I can do it on my first try. Now you just gotta wait for the fish to bite down on it because, hey, I got it on my first try. Yeah, you caught an empty bottle. Not only can you use this, but it'll clean up the waterway in the press too. Two birds with one stone. So yeah, we now have our third empty bottle on my first try, like I just said. And I probably should fill that up with lantern oil when I get the chance. So, even though this area is quite huge and I can waste so much time with it, we're basically going to end the episode off here. In the next episode, we're going to go over to the hut and do a little bit of fishing before continuing on with the rest of our side quests before we have to go down to the Lakebed Temple. See you guys next time.